It's Lucy in the sky with diamonds. It's Lucy in the sky with diamonds. At breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man! Oh, we are brought to you by HOKA, Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix, today's plan, Normatec, four-season resort, Hualalai, where Lucy and I were last year for the championship edition. Triathlete magazine, and we are at beautiful Huggo's on the Rocks. Our next guest, second place here at the Ironman World Championships last year, second place at 70.3 World Championships. And look at all the ambulances are coming by right now just for us. Please give it up for Lucy Charles. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. I can't believe how quick a year has flown by and we're back here. It's crazy.
I know we were doing this a year ago, and here you are. And when you came here last year, it was your first time here. You certainly weren't intimidated by anything. You went off the front. You and Lauren Brandon built up a 5-minute lead on Daniela and forced her out of her comfort zone to go hard to try to catch you guys before the end of the bike. Do you see a similar type of situation this year?
Yeah, I mean, last year played out really well. So I'm hoping the similar tactics might play out well this year. And I'm ready for a tough battle. It's going to be good fun out there. What
I really enjoy is when I look at your running this year and how each race a little bit faster. What have you been doing? Because it's a lot of times it's easy to overdo the running and get injured, and you've stayed injury free.
Yeah, I think the thing is I've just been really consistent with the running this year, and I haven't been silly. I've just gradually built up the mileage each year. I've had running injuries in the past, but touch wood, this year I've had no running injuries, so I've been able to just consistently build it up and see that progression that you've seen in the races.
And you win Ironman South Africa. That was pretty cool. Yeah,
that was probably my favourite race of all time. It was just absolutely amazing. I've never been out to South Africa to do a triathlon. I had been there in the past to do the Mid-Mile Mile as a swimmer. So yes. It was great to go back and compete there. And the atmosphere was incredible, particularly on the run, which I think is what lifted me to a run personal best. And it was just a great race.
And you went to Challenge Roth this year too?
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that one in as well in the middle of the year. And again, that was a great race. It was good to go and see what it's all about. I'd heard great things, and I think I'd like to go back at some point and give that another go.
That's pretty special, Rhett.
Yeah.
For our audience, what's it like riding on that course? At Challenge Roth, they have about, 250,000 people on the course, and you ride up Solar Hill, 60,000 people. Had you ever ridden in front of a crowd like that?
No, I mean, I'd never experienced anything like that. The bike course was my favourite part of the whole race, if I'm honest. Like when I went up Solar Hill the first time, I just had goosebumps all over. I just couldn't wipe the smile off my face. It was just incredible. And I was just thinking, I can't wait to get to the second lap to go up there again. So, that was the highlight of the race for me.
For me, a highlight was I see you run a 16:46 5K, right? So you've been doing some just straight running races just to really work on speed.
Yeah, I mean, I love like the local park runs in the UK. So yes. I go to them every now and again, just throw them in as part of my training, as part of like a longer run. And it's been good to see the progression even on the 5K. And I'm hoping I can then bring that up to the marathon distance and see the times improve still on that.
And at the 70.3 Worlds, take me through that race a little bit, because that was another second place to Daniela.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great race. It had never been on my plan for the year. It was kind of a very last minute thing to go and race there, and I'm glad I did it. I think the whole race, I had nothing to lose, really. I'd never gone to 70.3 Worlds, and I thought I'd just see what I could do and go hard from the gun and see what happened. So it was really, really good to see that my swim was good in the swim as it normally is, but my bike, again, is improving. I was able to ride strong with Daniela and then still run a PB off the bike as well. So all round, it was a great race for me.
When you look at Daniela ran a 117 off the bike and you ran a 120 off the bike, that has to give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the gaps are coming down, so it's good to see. It's good to see, definitely.
You've raced her a lot. What makes Daniela special?
Yeah, I think Daniela is a tough racer, which I like. I'm someone who loves to race, and I like to have a good battle, and she's someone that's not going to back down to a battle. So I think we're going to see a good battle here as well.
When you look back at your first time here, what is it about this place that seems to agree with you?
I like tough races. This race is very honest. It challenges you in every way. You can't neglect anything. You can't switch off for a second. You've got to be focused all day long. So it really is the toughest athlete will win this race, which is why I think it's so special that it's on this island. I don't think it'll be the same if it moved around like the 70.3. I think it's special because it's on this after the swim, so my aim was to make sure that when Daniela caught me on the bike, which I knew she probably would, I wasn't going to back down. I was gonna stay with her and see what happened. I wanted to push it and kind of see what would happen. It's almost like a dress rehearsal for this race, so it was great fun to ride with her.
And then did you guys get off the bike together?
Yeah, we came into transition together.
How fun was that?
That was good fun, yeah.
And were you able to run with her for a little bit?
Well, we did laugh because she said, "What happened to you in transition?" I said, "Oh, I stopped, I had a cup of tea, I sat down." I think she expected me to be right behind her when we left transition, but I had a bit of a slower transition. I think I need to work on that a little bit. But yeah, no, it was good. I didn't back down. I ran strong the whole way, and I think she felt the pressure maybe a little bit. So it was good to see where we're at before this race.
So a lot of our folks know you as a triathlete, even though you've only been in this sport for a couple years. But before that, you were a committed swimmer, 800 meters, I think, and the 10K, the open water 10K. And you were swimming how much a week?
Yeah, we used to swim around 80 to 100K a week in the big weeks. Like, it was a lot of mileage. So I'm not doing anywhere near that amount now. So as a triathlete, you do not need to do that.
And coming on, because when you're doing, that's a solitary sport, right? You're just looking at the bottom of a pool. How much more fun is this?
Yeah, this is so much more fun, definitely. You actually get a social element in triathlon. Like when you're running and cycling, you can actually talk to each other, which is, a lot different to just swimming and staring at a black line all day long.
When did you realize that this sport was good for you? Did you get into this first, or your significant other, was he into it first?
Well, I mean, me and Reese, my partner, we'd both gone and raced an open water swim up in Scotland, and we'd both had a terrible race. So we pretty much went back to the hotel and just signed up for an Ironman there and then. We were like,
wait. So you had a bad race at an open water swim and decided, we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
This is it. We're done. Let's just do an Ironman. You know, how hard can it be? We've got mountain bikes at home.
We've got mountain bikes at home, which shouldn't be a problem. We'll just go do that.
We soon learned it was a bit more of a challenge than that, but we was in it together. We wasn't going to give up, and obviously Reese's got a sports science background, so he helped us out massively. I didn't even think about things like, we might need to eat. He was like, we're going to have a full nutrition strategy to finish this, and I was like, I hadn't even thought of that. So he helped us out a lot.
And how many years ago was that?
So that was at the end of 2013. We had the bad swim race, and then we entered Ironman UK, which was July 2014. So we had just under a year to kind of prepare everything and train for that.
And how'd you do in that first race?
Yeah, not too bad. I think my time was 12 hours 16 minutes, which isn't too bad at Ironman UK for a first Ironman.
No.
It's not the fastest course, so the intention was just to do that and that be it. I've done an Ironman, tick the box, but we were both hooked. As soon as we finished, we were like signing up for next year. So we were hooked from the first one.
And when did you realize, you know what, I actually could be pretty good at this?
Yeah, I think, the first year we was both working full time. Reese was still studying, so we wasn't on a full time program. We were managing work. So in the second year, although we were running our own personal training business, we were able to train that bit more. We were a bit more serious. We could train around our work, and I think that's when the time started to jump down a bit, and we were more committed. And then at the start of last year was when I went fully professional and went full in and stopped working. So it hasn't been that long.
So last year was your first full year, really, as a pro.
Yeah.
And right away, you're second at the World Championships in your first time out.
I think it paid off to go full time.
You think?
I think. I'm not sure.
I think it did. How about a round of applause for Lucy Charles, Poncho Man?
Lucy in the skies with diamonds. It's Lucy in the skies with diamonds. And breakfast with Bob.
Yeah, Poncho Man.